So in this lesson, I'd like to teach you how to set up and design your business cards. The files I'll be using are from Young Photopreneurs business cards, and I've designed my own business cards before. However, these ones were done by a friend of mine's business called LP Graphics, and I really wanted her to do it because I know she has great graphic design skills, and also wanted to help her build her portfolio while she was growing her business. The normal size for business cards are 3.5 by 2. So depending on the company that you decide to print with, that's probably the specifications that they'll ask you to set up your file as. However, if you decide to do a specialty type size, then it'll be up to you on what size the card is. Just make sure that the company can print it in that size. My Sharia Moore photography cards are a special size, and they're almost half the size of a business card, or 3/4 the size of a business card. And I had to actually call around and search for a bunch of different companies just to print that size and to get a good price at it, because the first few companies that I called, it was going to cost about like $500 just to get 1,000 cards. However, I finally found a company out in Texas that was able to print it for $150 for 1,000 cards, which was an awesome deal because I had a special size that I knew would stand out. And even to this day, people still love the card, and it stands out right away because it's an abnormal size. However, 3.5 by 2 is always good. You already know that it's going to fit in people's business card holders or their wallets, wherever they may put it. And it's a lot easier to get printed and get a really good price at it. Like for instance, these Young Photopreneur cards, I got 1,000 cards for $30. I mean, that's an amazing deal. So if you decide to go with the standard size, then the main thing that you want to focus on is having a great design that'll stand out from all the other business cards that people are going to get throughout a day. So if your business card stands out as far as the design, even though it's a regular standard size business card, you'll still be able to keep people's interest and attention. And for instance, the cards that we'll be designing today, they're very colorful and vibrant, and it helps people to remember the business, or more so the website, youngphotopreneur.com. So that's what you're going to want to look for in your own cards. Something different, something that stands out from all the other regular cards. You want to be different, and that way people remember you, come back to your site, hire you, whatever it may be. Alright, so let's get started. Most companies will have files on their website that you can download to help guide you through your designing process, so that you know that you're setting up your file the right way. So let me turn on those instructions. There we are. So basically, what we're going to do is set up markings to where we know that we're setting up the file correctly, and we can turn this off. So the bleed is to ensure that the ink coverage goes to the edge of the final trim size. Extend any graphics or artwork to the farthest edge of this template. Trim is where they actually cut your card. And then the safety guide is where it's the best place to keep all your text inside so that it doesn't accidentally get cut off. So what we're going to do is just set up guides so that we know that we're working within the right area, and then we can turn off this, we can turn this off so that we can see what we're doing. So just go up to View, New Guide, Vertical Guide, and just slide it right over to where the markings are. And the same thing going vertical. I'm sorry, horizontal. Okay, let's see, do we have them all? Let's see. Trim and safety, I believe so. Okay, perfect. And just to let you know, once you save your file to be ready for printing, the guides are going to disappear. They're not going to be there on your actual file. So in case you were worried about these lines being here while you're designing it, it's not going to be there once you save it as a JPEG or whatever file form that the printing company will need. So let's turn off the instruction layer. And I'm just going to basically drag and drop the layers that were on the original PSD file for the Young Photopreneur cards and show you what it looks like after we're done. So this was the color, I conveyed the idea that I wanted for these cards to my graphic designer, and she was able to understand what I was looking for and put it together for me. However, this was part of the original example that she gave me. However, I wanted something more colorful that matched the website. And so basically what I did was add a hue saturation adjustment layer and just change the color so that it could be a little bit more colorful, which it came out to be this. So basically what I did was click down here on the adjustment layer button and went to hue saturation, and I messed with the levels here and changed out the color so that it'd have a transition in colors. So it made it a lot more fun than just one solid color. So I'm really happy that I worked with LP Graphics because she did a fantastic job. So then we brought in another layer, which was, I believe, the logo. Let me see what this is. Not that one. So then we wanted to bring in the logo, so she added a box here and brought in the logo on the next layer. There we go. And I believe that was it for the front side. So, just really clean and simple, yet very colorful, very vibrant. It really stands out, So that's a huge reason why I really like these cards. And especially, I got these cards made right before I was going to speak at my old junior high school. I was asked to speak there for career day, and I was able to give the junior high school students these, and they loved it because, it was just fun, and it made them seem like, they could be a part of this whole young photopreneur world as well. It's not just for an older generation that was, not 14, 15-year-olds, but it could be for everyone. Young is a state of mind, and photopreneur is something that we can all be as photographers. So let's go on to the back of the cards and show you how that's set up. So this one was, the back of the card was also set up the same way with the instructions, put into the layer and then adding the guides. So basically I'm just going to turn on the different layers one by one so you can see how it was all put together. And the great thing about these video tutorials is you can rewind it and watch it all over again in case you missed something. So let me show you how it was all put together. I wanted it to be paint splatters at the bottom, so LP Graphics was able to find the right files or design them themselves. I think that she made paintbrushes that look like paint splatters like this, and she was able just to add it different colors and correlate with the whole theme of young photopreneur and the colorfulness and the vibrancy of it. Alright, and then I asked her to put in my name, of course, so people would know, when I pass out these cards, they would at least know my name. And then the tagline for Young Photopreneur, a community to help photographers transition from amateur to professional, as well as the website address. And let me see what these are. Okay, so she added the lines in here to underline it. And then we have the logo brought in like that, and I think that was it. Yep. So we brought the logo in at first, and then we redid it so it could be more clear and really sharp, as you can see. So that was pretty much it. And as you can see, they're all within the, let's see what these were, the safety guidelines. So they're all within the safety guidelines so that when they actually cut it on these lines right here, we'll make sure that it's all within the boundaries so that nothing gets cut off. Because if you go out of these lines and, for instance, the name might be cut off, or your website address might be cut off, so you want to make sure that you're within the guidelines, because some of the companies will even send you your files back because they know that it'll be messed up if they print it. Others won't really look at that, and they'll just print it, and then you might come out with some bad cards that you won't be able to use. So you want to make sure you're within the guidelines. Another thing is you can also find templates of business cards, so you don't actually have to design it from scratch, but if you find a template that you really like, you can go into Photoshop, change the colors, change the type and the wording, and then have a card that way. You don't have to necessarily do it all from scratch. If you can find a nice template, then you can also use that. There's an article on Young Photopreneur about inspiring business cards, and actually gave me a lot of inspiration and motivation to keep designing stuff that's really interesting and stands out. So I'd advise you to look at it, because there's some really interesting business cards on there, some just out-of-the-box thinking. So check it out. And even if you do use a template, you can always customize it in Photoshop or InDesign, whatever program that you like to use. You can customize it to make it your own. So if somebody else decides to use the same template, at least yours will still look different. So check it out. Let me show you what these cards ended up looking like side by side. So there we go, I have the front and the back. And you know, I really liked it. They were vibrant, colorful, they stand out, people like it. I'd love to get your feedback as well. And I can't wait to see your cards and see how they turn out. I'm sure they're going to be fantastic. So have fun with it and really design something that's going to correlate with all the other branding that you're going to do with your company, as far as your web design, I'm going to say your website, your letterhead, and whatever else you use to brand yourself. Make sure that it's you and that it conveys the message that you want people to know of your business. Is it going to be vibrant and colorful to kind of convey a fun and engaging type of business, or is it going to be more bold colors and a classic look that conveys more of a serious type of person that you are? So, you know, go through ideas, see what fits best for you, and get your business cards done.